everyone! So this look was created for the Art Styles collaboration hosted by Express Yourself Crystal and Jen Face Painting on Instagram. The theme for the month was watercolor. I've never created a watercolor body paint, but I actually really enjoyed it. Probably going to create some more in the future. If you want to see the process, sit back and enjoy. And like 99% of my looks, I get rid of those eyebrows. Start off with applying a coat of Ben Nye white Magicolor with a brush. Doing this to quickly build up a white base, but since I want to do a watercolor effect with the colors of the makeup, I need to make sure that the white base is resistant from reactivating from the water. So I then applied Skin Illustrator White Concentrate Liquid over everything. Since it's alcohol activated, it will stay put when painting the rest of the makeup. Also did a quick spatter over everything. With the Crafts and Colors white out of the classic face and body paint kit, I roughed out the skull. And of course, I started this step without making sure the camera was recording. Then took black Illustrator and drew in the skull I sketched. I did use a reference for this. Going over it with different line weights, I wanted a sketch look, so added sketchy lines around it. Use the Crafts and Colors white again and sketch the orchids behind the skull. Back with the black Illustrator and draw out the flowers, still giving it a sketchy look. Now for the watercolor effect. Begin with the sky blue out of the Crafts and Colors classic palette. Using a round sable brush and a small amount of color to water and kind of press the color on. The sable works well to hold a lot of water so you can get a nice wash look. When it dries, I go in and add some more random blotches. Add a few spots of the darker blue out of the classic color palette. Then color in the blooms with the pink. Not worrying about staying in the lines, this is why I did the line work in Skin Illustrator, so it doesn't get reactivated by the water. Layering as it dries, letting the paint drip for some details. Grabbing the purple out of the palette to add some depth to the blooms and create messy islands of color. With the green out of the Crafts and Colors classic palette, paint in the stems of the orchids. Now taking a mixture of the Crafts and Colors sky blue and purple, build up some larger areas, creating some streaks and pulling the color. The advantage of using a mix color is that each time I go in to mix the color, it's a slight variation of the shade, giving more interesting color buildup. Bouncing around a lot to give time for the areas to dry so I can build them up. Applying this color mix over the eyes, keeping it blotchy and letting it drip naturally. On some of the drips, I sped up the drying with the hand fan and lightly press the drops when it's about as far as I want it to go. Still building up the opacity with different variations of the purple and blue mix, and thinning it out with extra water. Decided to add some to the cheek hollows so my face didn't look so flat from the white base. Next, using a mixture of the Crafts and Colors red and purple out of the classic Colors palette, accent the previous mixed purple shade around the face. With a lot of water on the brush, start tapping it to drip color all over. Continuing to build up the color and adding it to the purple in small areas. Then jumping back and forth between the light blue purple mix and the purple red mix. Building up the random areas along with doing some very thin washes in others. Still with the Crafts and Colors classic color kit, going to take the red and add it in sporadic places. Use the pink again to deepen the color in the blooms and bump up the blue on the skull. Throw on a wig and put in some contacts. Taking ColourPop cream liner and exit, color in my waterline. Added some more color around the eyes, this time mixing the purple with the darker of the blues out of the classic color kit. Applied ColourPop Mascara and Little White Lie. For the lips, use the purple and blue mixture, creating little messy streaking. Added a little of the red purple to accent. And now that all the color is done, with Kat Von D Beauty, Tattoo Liner, and Trooper Black, put in thin sketch lines on the skull and flowers. And there you go. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.